Yeah, and we're live. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Staying Connected. This is, I believe, episode 23. We've got another special guest, so if you want to introduce yourself, Adrianna.
Hello, my name is Adriana. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, so as you guys know, on a Monday we have a current or former learner come on and have a little chat with us. You're probably used to seeing Daniel, but he's managed to get out of it this week because he's got some video editing to do. So I'm back with you for the Monday session. So hello, welcome along. Hope everyone's doing all right. You'll have to let us know in the chat what you've been up to over the sunny weekend. Me and Adriana were just having a chat about being sunburned because we're both a little bit sunburned. So hopefully you guys have fared a little bit better in the sunshine.
Mhm.
So what I'll do, guys, obviously, as always, we've got some questions and stuff that we're going to cover. If you guys have any questions for me, or more importantly, Adriana, just stick them in the chat, and every now and then I'll check back and see what people are asking. We've got Lisa, who obviously you know, Adriana,
Yes.
and we've got Charlotte as well. So good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all right. And I guess we'll start off with, because due to me email not coming through to you, you haven't properly seen the questions. That's why we're a little bit late today. We're a couple of minutes late because we were having a bit of a nightmare with the Zoom link. It wasn't quite working. But yeah, if any of the stuff like the mics, I know last week we had a bit of an audio issue, so if any of that's happening, just give me a shout and I'll quickly try and fix it. But the first question I've got on there basically is, who are you and how do you know us at Media Savvy? So I don't know if you want to give us a little background into your journey to how you came
Well,
across us.
well, of course, sure. Well, first of all, my little Polish girl.
Okay, so we're going way back. We're going right to the start.
Yes, right to the start. I'm a person from Poland that I came to UK once again because my story is quite complicated.
It's good. It's content. Let's go.
So I came back to UK last year, like the end of the summer last year, and I was looking for some like additional activity. I wanted to make some friends, meet people. I know a bit the zone society that lives around here. So I decided to open southtynesidecouncil.co.uk, and I was like, they have some short courses there. I don't need to go to the gym. I hate gym. So I found there was a course of the digital media, and I was like, that's kind of interesting.
Sort of interested.
Yes. Well, it wasn't my cup of tea until I went for a digital media course. Then I realized that it's so lush. And I love it. But my boyfriend, my Spanish Oscar, as we call it on the course, Spanish Oscar.
Spanish Oscar.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's making notes on this because there'll probably have to be a quiz at the end, so we make sure we remember everything.
So he said to me that I should go because it's good for my future, and I was like, because I read that it's in Sunderland, and I was like, oh, that's quite far away from South Shields. So, but later on, Lisa just wrote me a message, and she said that this run in South Shields. So I decided to go, and that's how my lovely journey started with Media Savvy.
Yeah, by pure chance. Lisa's saying say hi to Spanish Oscar from her.
I will say to him hi when he will come back from the job.
So we've got Lynn and Matthew in the chat as well today. So hi guys.
Oh, hello.
Just a quick shout out to everyone here. So yeah, that is a story, and that's the first part of it. So just to follow up with that, what sort of, because obviously you did the level 1, and most of the guys have done similar courses to that. So what sort of stuff were you doing, like in terms of your actual work on the level 1?
Well, so first we started. I was very surprised that we were making less papers and more practice, and that I wasn't prepared for it. As I finished all my education in Poland, and everything is so like it's basically lectures and studying at home with the books, and I was like, that's not even that wasn't even matching with my expectations.
Yeah.
So we were making loads of nice work, and Lisa, amazing. Lisa, I love you really. She was explaining everything that easy, that even for a baby, it was that easy, that simple, and that like you could even see that everything is becoming easier because it from the person like me, from that I never had any, I didn't even touch the Photoshop before.
Yeah. So that was the
And
first time you'd ever used it,
it was abstract. It was abstract. And Lisa just explained everything perfectly. It was lovely. And then I started to make it at home even. Yes, so we started from the job that we were having. We were having like a sheets that we were having like tutorials inside.
Yeah.
So I decided to download it. I'm sorry, Lisa. I downloaded. I downloaded them and I was making them at home.
Yeah. So was that obviously you work your way up from the sort of beginner level stuff to the more advanced things like, the double exposure and the movie poster and the different lighting stuff. Yeah. So
yes.
did you make a particular sort of piece that you were really happy with then?
Oh yes, I'm so happy with my dragons.
Okay, so the dragons, nice.
Yeah, so happy with my dragons, and actually I didn't believe that they will be that good because well I'm always trying to put something mine to my job. I didn't want to follow that tutorial that strict.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be mine, and I decided to download some eerie dragons.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's good. And I'm so proud of it now.
No, good. It's good when you. To be honest, when we do like the non-accredited stuff, so the stuff that's not a level 1, it's just like an even shorter course than that. It's like 5 weeks. We try and encourage everyone to give it a bit of personalization so that they know it's their work. It's not just a copy of what they've been told to do. It's a little bit more personalized, and I think you feel a bit more pride in it when you've done it. You know it was your idea, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So no, I'm really glad you got a lot out of it, and I think Lisa's made up that you're singing her praises. She seems really happy. But don't do it too much because she'll end up with a big head. She'll end up she'll be like, I'm the best.
Well, she should be so proud of herself.
No, she is great, especially at Photoshop, must be said. A lot better than I am. So yeah, I mean, obviously that was touching on how you found the learning experience, and you're saying it was really good because obviously you'd never used Photoshop. It was a completely sort of foreign concept to you, and you managed to pick it up through the tutor. What was that helped by, like, say, like the atmosphere in the courses as well, like the way people were sort of interacting with each other, and the tutors and the support tutors as well?
Oh, I still miss it to today.
Yeah.
Yes, every Thursday was for me. I was wishing to go already. I wish to be Thursday already, please.
Yeah, like.
And yes, it was lovely, and everyone were like so helpful to each other.
Yeah.
Like, of course, we had a volunteering as well. Richard. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at names.
Was it Ray?
Ray, I'm sorry, Richard. I said Richard because I've got a many names now. Yes, it was Ray.
Yeah.
That he was making all the time silly jokes, but they were fun, but silly.
It keeps the session ticking over, doesn't it? When you've got, it breaks it up a little bit, so it's not really. It's like it's a breakaway. You were talking about like the lecture sort of format. I think it's a little bit. It's much better to break it up and have it a bit more informal. So Lisa's not standing at the front just like wagging her finger saying you must do this and you must remember that, and it's a little bit more personal.
Yes, it was so lovely, and people from, I have to say, from all ages.
Yeah.
That we had a lovely ladies, like, I mean, a bit elderly, and a young. Well, I consider myself that I'm not a young as I should say, but yes, but young, like youngsters.
Yeah. Youngish. We'll say youngish.
Yes, youngish. Yes,
sort of young. Yes. But yeah, I mean, like you say, I think the way we try to set them up, the courses, is that we wanted to be as accessible as possible, so anyone can join in, regardless of where you're at. You might have never used a computer before, or you might have never used a software before, and the idea is everyone's there to help you.
Yes.
And
I really appreciate that media savvy is so diverse. that even when we were on the course, we were people from very different backgrounds, and everyone has their own story to tell, and that was lovely.
Yeah.
I remember that even one lesson made me a bit weepy.
Oh no, not one of them. Like a quick, like I've got something in my eye. Just gonna have to get that out. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. You're the one crying. You're crying.
Yes.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Well, that's okay to cry.
Quick catch up with the chat. So we've got a couple more of the guys. So Sue's here. It's just Lisa saying, hope everyone's been enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, well, possibly too much based on the sunburn.
Yes. I'm like a little prawn.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's not too bad. If you hadn't pointed out, no one would have noticed. You'd be all right. Lynn's just saying she thinks she agrees with you. There's all sorts of people of all ages and into different things, which is really good.
Yeah.
It makes it a bit more interesting because obviously, like you get sort of new ideas when you talk to different people from different places. You know, they've got a point of view that you might not have, because if you talk to people that are interested in the same thing all the time, you end up in like a little bubble of that, and it's good to get out of that sometimes. I think Sue's talking about some of the work she made on one of her courses. She did the similar course, but it was in Sunderland. She's saying she used her own photos. So
Yes.
have you done any of that sort of stuff at home where you've made another project that wasn't linked?
Yes, I made actually, and now because of Lisa, because of her tutorials, I'm making, like, for example, I went to Turin, of course, during the course, and you can find my photos, because I gave them to Lisa.
Right.
To use it in the future.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was making mine like collage, and for example, there was a photo with a like airplane window. And I put some stuff inside, like, like the Turin Palace and
All right.
Yes, also everything inside. And I was like, oh, that's quite lovely. One day I will print it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. You've got to, with stuff like that, you can't rush it either. I think you've just got to take your time, and it doesn't have to be done on like one day. You know, you can take as long as you need.
Actually, the gallery of your progress is so inspiring anyway.
Oh yeah, when you look back at like the first thing you ever made, you probably look at it and you think, God, that's rubbish. But like it's a journey, isn't it? Like I think it's the same with everyone. Like the first time I ever used like Premiere to make a video, if I watched it now, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I made this. This is awful. I cringe like all the time. I'm like, oh no. When I watch any of my uni work back, I'm the same. I hate it.
Yeah. Actually, yes, as you said, because when I'm watching my first job made with Media Savvy, with a digital media course, I'm looking at because I made like a big mansion with the 2 camels.
Yeah.
And they are drinking the drinks like mojito and stuff like that. I was like, people can think that I'm alcoholic actually.
Yeah, you might be putting off some dangerous messages with that.
Yeah, but anyway, it's still like I'm smiling thinking about the course that I made, and I was like, oh, that's a good job anyway.
I think you've got to look at it that way. You've got to look at it. You know, you started here and now you're here. So nobody's like a natural at Photoshop. You've got to remember as well. It's all practice. So it's really good that you're practicing at home as well. That you've managed to keep up that sort of habit. So
well, yes. Because of the coronavirus, even better. Because as you have loads of time, and I was so scared about the future, like oh, what happened, what it will be. I even download on my boyfriend's iPad, I download a Procreate program.
Yeah.
So like mixing the Procreate, this is like you can draw stuff inside.
Okay.
And I just passed my job, my work, which I draw.
Yeah.
To the Photoshop, and I'm making my own job work again, like having the photos with that.
Oh, so you sort of like, are you tracing it like directly?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
It's just merging them together.
Yeah. Do you post any of that stuff online, or are you just keeping it sort of to yourself?
Well, I have my Instagram.
Yeah. I tell you what, if you quickly, can you tell me what your Instagram? I should have got this from you before, but we were having email problems, so I couldn't quite find it. But do you know what your username is on Instagram?
No, I will show. I will send you a link here.
Yeah, if you send me a link on Facebook, when we swap screens after this, I'll show off some of the work. Yeah, we had this. Should have all been sorted, guys, but unfortunately we were having an issue. My emails weren't delivering to Adrianna for whatever reason.
I think it's my English that I spelled it poorly.
I don't think so. I think it was just me being a bit inept. It happens.
Well, yes, basically.
Things go wrong. You know how it is.
Yes.
So I'll just quickly catch up with the chat. So Matthew,
Yes.
let me know. I'm gonna quickly wriggle the mic around. And I think there was a little bit of an audio problem. Matthew, let us know how that sounds now, mate, and if that's any better. A couple of the guys are just saying they've been taking some photos as well, out in the sunshine. So they're going to send them in so we can have a little look.
That's my Instagram.
Cool. I'll load that up and I'll show the guys that when we get a chance. So has that got some of the stuff you've been working on?
Yes, mostly now I'm making some more drawing than the Photoshop stuff. But
Okay.
I need to update it anyway because I've got lots of work on my desk, but I forgot to upload it. It's just
so, there's the I've just loaded the page for the guys to have a look at. So what's your username? How am I saying that?
Pichu.
Okay, Pichu. Does that mean anything in particular, or?
Yes, that's but it's having a very silly story. But I will say that pichu in Polish means a beverage.
Okay.
But it started when I was in Spain.
Yeah.
And I was starting to speak Spanish, and I couldn't speak like lots of words. I couldn't express myself as I would like to express.
Yeah.
I remember I asked my my manager, "Can I have some?" And I was like, "How is the beverage in something to drink in Spanish?" And I couldn't imagine. I couldn't even remember the word when I was studying. So how I could remind that? And I was like, "Can I have pichu?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "What is pichu?"
What does that mean?
Yeah. And I pointed her a dispenser with a beverage, and she was like, "Aha!" And since that day, they called me Pichu.
Right, so you just picked up like a nice nickname. Oh, they actually, I've managed to find the picture of the camels. Yeah, so there's I had a little scroll through. So there's some of the work you must have done on the course. So obviously there's the camels having a nice day out at the pool by the looks of it. And then there's a nice leap of faith with a starry background on it.
Yes, you can see as well the my favorite.
And then there's the dragon there. So you downloaded like a unicorn, and are those like some kind of oh god, what they're called? The cannibalistic fish. I can't remember what the names are. Piranhas? Are they piranhas?
Piranha.
Yeah, they look pretty nasty, whatever they are.
Which one?
The two fish. They're looking pretty gnarly. But no, that's really good. Some really good work there, especially the I like the unicorn and the sort of beam of light that's popping out of its horn. That's really good.
Oh yes.
These
fishes, they are morenas. They called morena.
Right. So what's that then?
It's like a ocean snake.
Right.
It's so aggressive and killing people.
Yeah, it looks pretty scary, to be honest. Like, I don't really want to come across one at any point in my life.
I found it on the website that Lisa told us, but now I don't remember the name. It was with the free images.
Yeah.
Just Morena.
So it's that's really good, and they're obviously the ones you did as part of the course. I take it. Are the other ones? Are these hand drawn?
Yes, it's me and my iPad. Well,
right. So you're doing these. Are you using like what's it called? Is it just called the Apple Pen?
Yes, the Apple Pencil.
Yeah. Oh, Apple Pencil. That's the one.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're just using them, and did you say Pro Tools?
Procreate.
Oh, Procreate. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
No, it's really good. They are really they're really sharp and really impressive.
Oh, thank you.
So do you do these? Are these like commissions, or are they just sort of like random ones that you've like been inspired to do?
Well, I started when all the coronavirus the lockdown started, because my friends, they were saying, "Oh, I feel so anxious about the future. I feel so bad."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, just pass me your photo, and I will see what you can do with that."
Yeah.
I was just drawing people for fun, like to
Yeah.
make them happy or to make them like a nice photo with a text like "Don't worry," or "You are the best," and they were like, "Oh, that's lovely. You should put it on your Instagram." So I started to upload it, everything.
No, it's definitely worth sharing. It's really good, and obviously, it's really like a positive message to be putting out there as well.
Yes, and actually it was so lovely to hear all the stories
Yeah.
from different people, because later on they later on completely random people, they were asking me for make their own one, but
Yeah.
I'm not charging for it. So I was like,
I mean, you
okay.
could, to be fair. They're good enough to charge for.
Thank
I
you.
think some people would pay a lot of money for them, probably, because you get like they would make really nice sort of gifts. You get them printed on like quite a small canvas. It'd be great. So the guys are just giving you a bit of a shout out, saying really cool artwork,
Oh, thank you.
great stuff. Mel's here saying hi. Lisa's saying lovely work. Wib's saying class stuff. Very cool art. Matthew and Charlotte are saying Sailor Moon, but I don't. I'm a bit out of the
Yes,
loop with
there
that
is a
one.
Sailor Moon
Oh,
challenge. Yes,
right. I don't know where I'm looking. I'm a bit out of the loop with that one.
it's on the pink background. That's everything.
Okay. Yeah, so those guys must have spotted that one. Mel saying very talented. Charlotte says she's going to follow you on Instagram, so look out for that one, because Charlotte also does a lot of cool artwork on there. I don't know if she's put much up at the minute, but she is looking to post some stuff.
I will follow from follow.
Yeah, that's how it works. You've got to follow for follow. So there's the username for Adrianna's Instagram. You've got a Facebook page by the looks of it as well.
Yes, I have the same as well. My work is on the Facebook.
Yeah.
You have to put the art off and just copy paste.
So I've shown it on the screen. So you guys, if you want to pause that, that's the usernames there. If you want to check that out. So you just sort of updating that when you've done a new piece, then.
Yeah. So well, usually I'm uploading something every day is when I will finish. But sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like.
Yeah, I know how it is. You get bogged down sometimes, don't you? But honestly, like really good. Some of the drawings are very, very impressive, and the fact that you're sort of doing them for nothing as well is even like more impressive.
You can send me your picture. I will do for you.
Yeah, I might actually get a nice new a new profile picture. Take you up on that one.
Soon, whole world will have a picture.
a bespoke hand-drawn picture. Why not? You'll yeah. Like I say, you might want to consider charging a little bit. So a couple of the guys are saying in the chat, what you could charge because every little helps and stuff.
Well, my soul never left me.
Fair enough. Just quickly, yeah. So Charlotte's saying she's got some of her artwork on there as well. So you might want to check those out, because she is a good artist as well. Some very unique paintings on there. So the next sort of question I've got written down is: are you looking to do any more learning, and that could be with us or anywhere else, even online, if you wanted?
Obviously, like, I think that personal development is something essential in your life.
Yeah.
If I would have opportunity, I will start as well with the media savvy, because I would like to make the level 2.
Yeah.
But I know, as I got a placement at the Leicester University.
Okay, so when is that for? Just whenever it reopens?
Well, yes. So everything that is runs online, I will be there.
Okay. So what are you going to study, or what are you going to be studying at Leicester University then?
Adult nursing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it's quite a busy time to be getting into that, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, it was as well. It's a very funny story, because I thought that I will never be able to study adult nursing, and I was always like focusing myself. Oh, you have to be focused on business. You have to be focused on the politics, European law, or something like that.
Right.
Never liked it. My mom just pushed me. She said, "You have to study something." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, go on then. Whatever.
Yeah. So I finished 27. Oh, that's awful. So when I had my birthday, I said no, I think to do something for myself.
Yeah.
And I applied, and I was like, oh, I've got so bad grades. I think I won't manage. But no, actually, it was easier than I thought.
Yeah. So was that the application was easier than you thought, or sort of the
Well, it's still better than in Poland. Like, I really appreciate that here in UK, they focus on person. You have to write your personal statement. You have to show yourself. You have to have an interview. They check if you are really like into that subject you apply for.
yeah.
And it was for me like a different world, like I mean like a different dimension. I was like, actually, there are people here interested about you.
Yeah, not just like numbers on a page of how well you did in a test or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm so happy. I just look forward to start now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, is it? I don't really know what the situation is with the universities. Are they going ahead sort of all online, or are you not sure yet?
They go online. The first, for sure, the first trimester will be online.
Yeah.
And they are going to make some. If there will be an exam, it will be online for sure.
Yeah. So at the minute, semester 1 is going to be online, and then we'll see after that, I guess, in January what happens.
Yeah.
It's good though, I suppose. 'Cause, it's one of the things like the time that this has happened at. It's probably one of the best times in like recent history because we have the ability to do stuff online.
Actually, I'm very surprised because now many, I mean, entrepreneurs, the thing that you could do, because previously, I mean, there was no opportunity to work online, to work at home, and now almost all entrepreneurs, they are like, oh, so you could do it online. Oh, and that's surprising. And I was like,
Yeah. It
That's,
is. It's good. Like I say, it's probably one of the more positive things that's come out of it. I mean, we've talked about it on a few of the other Staying Connected episodes. You've got things like firms like Twitter. So obviously Twitter, one of the biggest sort of tech companies in the world, have basically told staff, you know, possibly for the next 2 years, you might be working at home full time. Like, don't bother coming into the office. Just stay at home. Don't go anywhere. And like Matthew, sort of, we had a bit of a chat with him about it when he was on, I think, how much of a positive influence that might have on, you know, climate change. So less commuters means less emissions. So hopefully,
Lisa knows me, she knows.
yeah. At least I was saying,
I'm super eco person.
So yeah, just on that, obviously you must be thrilled at the minute then that obviously that the environment and the damage being done to it seems to be reducing a little bit, and hopefully that the hope is it makes people a bit more aware of the impact that we have, you know, driving and stuff.
Well, yes, I agree with you that anyway, we should think like about the silver lining of that coronavirus outbreak, because I think that because I don't know if you know that yesterday or 2 days ago, they send a spaceship.
Yeah.
The Mars.
Yeah.
To the Mars. And I was like, oh yes, if you could take care about the Earth we have and make some education stuff and some lectures about the ecology, you don't need to send people to the other planets look for things to live there.
Yeah. We don't need to terraform Mars if we can save the Earth. I agree.
Yes, but everything, as we stay at home, we can use some media.
Yeah.
We can start to make some change by education, like teaching people how to save water, because it sounds banal, but it's very important how to save water, how to save your electricity, how you can improve your bills, how you can improve your life, like without because some of the people said, oh, but plastic is so convenient. Yes, but as well, living without plastic is so convenient, because we think we throw the plastic to the bin and we are on zero with the world, but it's not.
No.
Like that's
it doesn't decay for like 4,000 years or something like that. And there's certain plastics that they're not even sure if it will ever. it might exist forever.
Yes, there are stages of plastic. You've got like a triangle on every plastic, and it's from 1 to 7.
Yeah.
And just 1, 5, 3, and 7 is recyclable. So all the rest of them is never recyclable.
Gets buried, and then you hope for the best that it'll decompose, but probably never will, or could take up to 400 years, which is a bit worrying. But yeah, I think it's less about, like, obviously the coronavirus outbreak happened and we're sort of powerless, but I think it now more than ever is time to take stock of things like, you know, the environment and things like public safety in terms of like sanitation and all that kind of thing. Like, now more than ever, I think people have had a little bit of time to think about it, and you should probably be a bit more aware of it in terms of, like, even just your impact, I think. You know, I've got relatives and stuff who I've not had arguments with, but, like, let's call them heated discussions about, like, oh, I don't recycle, and it's like, but why? But why don't you recycle? And it's like, oh, well, I can't be bothered, or like, I can't be bothered to wash the tins out, or I can't be bothered to, you know, sort the plastic out and take the labels off. And it's like, it's probably like, see, even say it took you an hour a week, it's an hour a week, but that stuff's going to get reused and it's not being dumped in the ocean or a landfill or being burnt and releasing loads of harmful gas. Like,
actually, you don't need to wash it in that.
I know, yeah.
Oh, you just need to rinse it, and that's it.
But this is it. This is the problem, because some people have never been shown how, like, easy it is or how convenient or why you're doing it. So I think you're right. I think it has to come from the top. It has to be. It's an educational thing, really. Same with anything. It's
everything lays in education. I've never met any person that it was no educated at all, and she or he knew how to do the things right.
Yeah. Well,
everything come from the base.
The thing is, there's so many issues in the world that you've got to accept some people aren't going to know everything about them. Just had a quick visit there, sorry. So yeah, just like I say, we cover it quite a bit. I mean, me and Daniel were talking about it last week. They're trying to make a big switch at the minute to renewable energy, and I think it's been Germany have had quite a high percentage of the overall energies being generated by completely renewable sources.
Yes, over 70%.
Yeah, I think they hit 80 at one point in the last fortnight. I think it got up to 80%, which is quite a big deal, I suppose, considering everyone's at home and they're using electricity all the time. And I think it was in a period where everyone had gone back to work, so like all the heavy machinery was working again and stuff. So it's looking good in terms of the environment. Don't get us wrong. There's a lot going on in the world that's not looking so good.
Well, yes.
But we're trying not to focus on that, on the staying connected things. We're trying to be a little bit more positive, because I think it's quite easy to get bogged down in all the, you know, negative news and stuff.
Yes, I don't have a telly at home, so I'm not really bothered.
To be honest, I've got a TV, but I don't really watch, like, I've never watched the news channels, and I don't really watch, like, any kind of terrestrial telly where it's on a sort of just streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus and stuff.
Yeah.
I try and stay away from all the negative stuff, because it's too much.
I love Disney Plus. I love Disney Plus.
It's definitely took the nation by storm, I think, because everyone I know who streams TV shows has got it and loving it.
I think TV is having too many informations at once, and it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's not good for your brain.
I find social media to be a little bit like that recently, to be honest. Especially Twitter. I feel like every time I log into Twitter, it's just a big argument about. Sometimes it's about nothing. Like, sometimes it's some serious stuff, like, you know, political issues, and then other times it's like someone likes a certain topping on a pizza, and like there's people having like a 50 reply argument about it. Like, this really doesn't matter. Like, how about we all just don't for today? But yeah, that sort of brings us on to the question of how have you been coping during the lockdown. I know you mentioned you've been extra busy with the different drones and stuff, but is there any other sort of like hobbies or interests or different things that you've been doing?
Well, my cat is so nasty.
Right. So you've been fighting with a cat, and that's.
Well, I've got 2 cats and 1 squeaky, nasty parrot as well. That turns out it's not a girl; it's a boy.
Okay.
Because
is that important or?
Well, I put him out because he's so noisy when I'm speaking on the phone even. So I was like, no, I'm not going, because he's starting to squeak and sing and like, calling attention, and
Yeah.
he's really like.
I take it you've not done anything stupid like teach him to swear or anything like that.
No, but he's not that type of.
Oh, okay, so he does it right. Yeah, because I know people who've accidentally taught the parrot to swear and then they try to get it to stop and it just will not. The only words it can remember are swear words, and that's it.
Because they think that that this is a part of the flock language.
Yeah.
And they're like, calling you by that.
Yeah.
But he's awful because he learned certain noises. For example, knocking the door.
Oh, right.
And he's like knocking, and I was like, "Is that a door? It's a parrot."
Yeah.
My boyfriend's like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe you should
Spanish
check."
Oscar.
Like, why should I always get up from the couch and you are still laying there?
Can you not get like a tiny little muzzle for the bird? So just for when it's being naughty, not all the time. But like if you're being naughty, this is going on, and that's it. That's how you have to discipline them, I think. So
well, he's very calm when I'm giving him food, but I cannot feed them all.
Yeah, you kind of feed him every time he makes it like a door knocking sound because he'd be like this big.
Yeah.
So how does he get on with? Do the cats get on with him or not?
Oh, they love them.
Oh, really?
Yes, they are playing together, of course, under my supervision.
Yeah.
But actually, this, because I've got a black one and a white one, and sometimes like to make it like abbreviation, I'm calling them black one and white one.
Yeah.
Because it's Florence in the machine. I don't know if you know that band.
Yeah.
So the white is Florence.
Yeah.
And the black is machine.
Nice.
So the white one, the Florence, she loves to play with him.
Yeah.
Actually, they play with a very nasty way because he's all the time like trying to pick her.
Yeah.
Like, big, and she's trying to push him back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of nasty, but
yeah.
No, nothing happened since we have him at home. Nothing happened, but just in case.
Yeah, I think I'd be the same. I think I'd definitely be overseeing anything that went on because I wouldn't trust them. So yeah, any more plans for any more pets, or are you done with pets for now? Have you got enough?
Well, I'm not. I would like to have a dog.
A dog as well? Oh dear.
Yes. But my boyfriend said, Ada, I think you are just, like you have so wide imagination.
Yeah.
and later on I said, and so thick, wallet.
Yeah, that's it as well. It is quite expensive to have animals, as you probably know.
Yes. Well, it depends because, for example, I've got the things because I'm a vegan. I'm sorry, I had to say that. If I haven't told you today that I'm a vegan, that's weird.
But to be honest, you made it 40 minutes without bringing it up, so that's more than a lot of the vegans I know. That's pretty good. To be honest, that's pretty good going.
So the parrot eats with me. Everything that I eat, parrot eats with me.
Okay.
So it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And the thing that I'm buying for a cat, it's a bit, like I have to be convenient. I'm sorry. Because it's a kind of a dilemma in a vegan world. If you should treat your cats and dogs with a vegan food, or you should feed them with a normal food. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a poor person, and I'm not going to buy for cats.
I think, to be honest, it's a little bit different because you've made a conscious choice, whereas the animal doesn't really know that, and it's not really it doesn't have the facility to make that decision, really, does it? And it's sort of natural for it to eat meat, I suppose. Slightly different for an animal, I think. Plus, like you say, the expense as well. I imagine it's quite expensive to get like vegan cat food. It's probably
for a tin is £7.
For what, one tin? And is that one serving as well?
Well, it's like 2.5 servings for 2 cats, so it's having
still
serving, but it's still a lot.
It's pretty pricey, to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'll be sticking away from the vegan dog food and stuff for now. Then at £7 a tin, that's a lot. Just quickly catch up with the guys. So hang on, about. So I think Charlotte had put something in. Oh, Charlotte was just explaining our username to the guys in the chat. Enjoy coming on. Anthony's saying he has a noisy, angry cat, and the other cat lost her meow, so our voice must be fading a little bit. The guys are just catching up about what they're doing a bit of cooking and stuff. So yeah, I mean, we've been doing. You mentioned like budget and stuff, and obviously, with you being a vegan, have you come up with any sort of new recipes or any things you could pass on to anyone else? Because I know Anthony enjoys vegan food as well. So have you come across anything that you've particularly enjoyed in the last few weeks, vegan wise?
Well, if she would like to taste my recipes, I've got them on my second Instagram, because I would like to separate my work from my personal life. And I created, for example, last week I made a cake that was I called it Raffaello, because it was from the coconut, like fresh coconut. And mostly my kitchen based on the things that they are on sale in Asda.
Okay. Just anything you could get.
Yes, because the groceries normally they are like, every day you can have something like, I don't know, 50% off. And I'm like, oh, that's a nice cabbage tonight.
So is that the like, what's it called? Is it Whoopsies or something? Where they have the yellow sticker on, the reduced one. Yeah.
Yes, Whoopsies, yeah.
Yeah.
So everything like that. And for example, today I made my own bread.
Okay. How did you find that then?
Yes, because I'm trying to eat like a bit like whole food.
Yeah. No processed or refined stuff.
Processed. Yeah, of course, sometimes we have to buy something because laziness is a very powerful word.
It's price as well, though, I suppose, because sometimes like the sort of whole food stuff is a little bit more expensive. Like I come across it with things like protein and protein bars. You can get whole food ones which are made from like 100%. It's not like refined protein powder or anything. It's all real food. But like sometimes they cost double. So for 20 it might be like 30 quid for a box of 20, which is when you break it down, it's quite expensive for what you can get elsewhere. I think that's what has put me off changing like the way my diet is a little bit. I'm like, I know I can get better value if I buy stuff with slightly worse ingredients in them.
Well, yes.
And it is tough. It's tough to strike a balance. But Mel's done you won't know Mel. She's our health and wellbeing tutor. I don't know if you've managed to tune in any of the cooking streams, but I don't think any of them have been vegan yet. So no pressure, Mel. But she's done a really good range of healthy eating on a budget. And it's all vegetarian stuff that she's made, and it is really, really good. And especially at like times like this, because I think it's a massive struggle with just what you can get. Like I don't know about yourself, but going into sort of supermarkets, sometimes you go in and the aisle's just completely empty. Like there's no flour or there's no like eggs or whatever. They're just gone.
I was struggling with the flour because I wanted to make bread, and for 3 weeks I was unable to do so. And I was like, please, I would like to eat something.
Yeah, I just want to make some food, like if that's all right. Yeah.
Well, but actually, if you just just a quick comment about the because you said that we pay for a vegan food that is mostly expensive, but this is the convenience that we pay for.
Yeah.
Because when you can do it at home, it's cheaper, but it requires from you loads of time.
Yeah.
For example, now never done before, like. I can cook at my own kitchen, and I'm like, that could be cheaper.
Yeah.
I realized in my own body that I could eat stuff like, okay, with a lot of effort, but less, chemical.
No, I think you're right. You know what's gone into it, right? So you know that you haven't added loads of like excess salt or excess sugar, or you can control what like how many calories are in it as well. You can do quite a if that's what you're after doing, you can look at that. I think Mel makes that point as well on her cooking streams. Is like she'll cook for like say 10 people, or sometimes I think there's been more. I think there's been 12 one week, and she can do it on like quite a small budget. When you break down what's in each individual portion, you can save a lot of money. And I think now is the time to be saving money. To be honest, I know a lot of people are either out of work or furloughed, or there'll be people out there on 0-hour contracts and things like that who don't know how much money they're going to have. Do you do like a food prep? So will you cook like a batch and sort of keep them like in the fridge or freezer?
Well, I'm like, for example, when I buy some meatless meat, because sometimes I use it just to, like to raise up the proteins that I don't need to, for example, put so much nuts or another tofu stuff or tempeh. So I'm buying the prep with this ready one. So I'm like splitting it on a half or 4 pieces and freezing. I don't know if you have some these plastic Tupperwares from the takeaway.
Yeah.
So I'm never been in them. I'm just washing them and putting it inside.
Yeah.
For example, I'm buying, because frozen fruits, it's very convenient if you don't want to buy all the time fresh and buy more plastic. So you can buy a freezer one, and you can as well put them on the small Tupperwares and just put 2 portions, 1 portion, or put anything. Just bear in mind that it's 1 portion or 2.
Yeah, I think it's really good to do that. That's how you'll save your money. I think even like you can make, like you say, so many different meals. So you might make 3 different meals and then have a different one every night. So you're not eating like spaghetti bolognese for a week straight. Do you know what I mean? You can have a bit of variety with it. And I think I was in the pound shop today actually, and they sell the Tupperwares in like packs of 8 for £1. So they're not even that expensive to do that as well. I know Mel, when she does our courses in health and well-being, she recommends people do meal prep if they're trying to lose weight as well, or even if they're not necessarily trying to lose weight, if they're trying to eat healthier. She says like look at your portion size and look, like you were saying, so you portion it out, so okay, that's one, or if there's 2 of you do it so it's 2 portions and you can defrost it and dish it out. It's really good. So yeah, guys, have a look at that. It's definitely worth having a try, and don't let being vegan or vegetarian or even like pescatarian put you off in terms of price, because I think you're right. I think a lot of the time you pay for convenience, so because it's there, it's done. But I think few people I know who do it. They only how long would you say you spend like doing your meal prep? Do you think?
Well, if I want to be very sassy, if I want to be very nasty with my meals, like they are so lovely and with lots of ingredients, I think like weekly I spend for 2 people £50.
Okay, that's
But if I want to be fancy, for example, yesterday I made a whole week groceries for £18.
Yeah.
With all my whoopies.
All the whoopsies. Yeah.
All my whoopsies.
Definitely got to get a bargain in. If you've got a freezer, it's worth doing, because you can just whack it in the freezer and keep it there.
Yeah, so for example, you can buy, because in Asta they for example they are selling small portions or something, so you can already have, this is for 2 days. And you don't need to put the same meal. You can prepare the same ingredient in the 3 different ways. For example, now I was making a cake on the base from almond flour, because I bought 1 kilo, and I was like, I'm not going to spend it on my lifetime.
No.
And my boyfriend said, so start to make cakes from it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good idea. How a lovely wisey baba you are. Yes.
Hey, you want to tell him to start making them as well? Just get him involved.
Well, he as well. He became vegan because of me as well.
Okay.
When the coronavirus started, I said to him, now I'm cooking. That means.
Yeah.
No meat baba. And he was like, all right. And now he enjoys a lot. And he's like, like more even than me. He's all the time sending me these very sad videos from YouTube. Like, look, poor cow.
No. Yeah. I get them at home. My mum recently went pescatarian, and I get the same stuff. She'll send us a video and like, how can you eat this? I'm like, stop it, okay? I don't want your guilt trips, right?
Yeah. I said the same, that like it's not touching me personally, but I mean, like, if you send it to my mom, she probably will cry.
Yeah. Must just be a like a mother thing. I don't know. Must happen.
Just, you can start from reducing some kind of products. It's not a bad choice. If you have for example 3 times per week meat that you had it every day, that's a good part, and I really appreciate it because it's good for your health as well.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to sort of ask. I mean, we've gone well off onto a different topic, but would you say how long have you been a vegan, and would you say you feel sort of better for it?
Well, I was vegetarian for many years, and I went like very strictly vegan 1 year ago. It was very strict. I mean, because like previous, I was like, oh, I will have a bite of a cheese. I will have something of that. Of course, sometimes if, for example, if I don't have something and it's not vegan, of course I won't make a big drama. But in my house, you won't find anything
Yeah.
except food for a cat.
Yeah. So don't accidentally eat the cat food, is what you're saying.
My boyfriend can. I
Yeah, you might have been just sneaking it on the side just every now and then. So Lisa's just asking, Spanish Oscar is a vegan now, no chorizo in the paella anymore.
No,
No.
but we made because if you would like to replace an egg in some of your meals, you've got a salt called kalanamak, and
Okay.
it's like egg.
Right?
And we sold the paella with that.
Yeah.
No meat and tastes like meat.
Yeah.
And he's amazed with that. He owes it, and he's like, "Oh, that's kind of paella that all the people need."
Yeah. No, it's good. It's definitely good, and I think, like you say, not being like too sort of fanatical with it. In that, if you accidentally eat something, you accidentally eat something. But just making that choice in your house, and it should be hopefully a bit better for your health as well.
Well, actually, I have to say that since my boyfriend went vegan, it was when the coronavirus started, we all lost weight.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like impressive because he lost like 5 kilos, but he gained muscles, like proper muscles, because he's working out every day. Oh, he's so crazy.
Train all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have jumped into that. I think myself included, and Dan, obviously our boss here, just training all the time because it's like you need a bit of a distraction from what's going on. So it's like, right, I'm just going to train every day, and have like one day off maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah. I have my yoga. I'm sorry. Diamonds do not sweat.
Diamonds do not sweat. I like that. Well, you'll have to do a drone with diamonds do not sweat on.
Yeah.
That could be a new motto. We've got so Matthew's just saying he's resisted the temptation to send some videos in of how different food's made, because he's been looking at he must have been looking at some of the videos similar to what you were saying that your boyfriend was sending you. Lisa's just saying, what's the Polish cure-all food, Adrianna?
Polish
cure-all?
Cure-all?
Cure-all? Like, must make you feel better? I don't know. You must have it when you're ill, or I don't know. Lisa, I don't know what you mean.
I mean, cure food.
Yeah, like a hangover food maybe? I don't know.
Hungover food. Yes, of course. We've got our broth.
Oh, broth.
Like
Okay.
Before, we've got our broth. We've got we have that very nasty. I mean, it's not a tradition, but it's something like a habit. Everyone's telling you before you go to sleep drunk, you have to take aspirin.
Okay.
And I'm like, so when my mom said to me that when I was younger, she said, oh, when you will drink and you will be drunk, just take that aspirin and you will be fine next day. So that night I had like a blast of vomit.
Yeah.
I definitely don't recommend that.
No aspirin before bed when you're drunk. There you go, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Polish food for a hangover, and actually the Polish food is based like mostly it's a fat. So everything you would like for when you are sick, drunk, when you will be drunk, or when you are post-drunk, you need to eat loads of fat. Yeah. And even people recommend you to drink how it's called, not rapeseed, it's
olive oil.
Yes, olive oil, rapeseed oil, but I don't the flaxseed oil.
Right. Yeah, I mean that doesn't sound good.
Will cure everything.
Right. So then does it work? That's the main question.
Actually, yes. Makes your hair and nails so like thick and strong.
Okay.
but you have to
So
drink
strong.
it cold, and it's disgusting.
Ugh, it sounds a bit rough, like. She said, you know the one you were on about in the session? You say you use it on everything. Or in everything. On everything? I don't know. I don't know what she's on about. Sue's saying to fry up for hangovers over here. So
Yes,
probably
and
bacon and sausage and all the rest of that you'll not be having being
well,
a
me
vegan.
not, but I've got my flaxseed oil.
Just drink, yeah. Just have a drink of
And
flaxseed oil, you'll be fine. I'm probably not give that one a try next time I've had a hangover.
well, but at least you need to have a flaxseed oil for your salad, because it's giving that nutty taste. Tastes
Okay.
a bit like a cheese.
Yeah.
So you don't put the cheese in it.
I think you're overestimating how often I eat salad. It's very rare that I have a salad. It's oftentimes more chips than salad, but you get there. Sue's just saying the vegan sausage rolls are very tasty. Or vegan sausages, sorry, are very tasty.
Yes, they are. The new one from Richmond. Don't forget to try.
Okay.
The new vegan sausage from Richmond.
There you go. There's some vegan tips once again.
Yes.
I'll double check 'cause I think we might be out of questions, and we're pretty much out of time actually. I mean, is there anything else that you think we should add, or is there any other different foods from Poland that we should maybe try, or?
But you should try pierogi.
Okay.
If you don't know where to buy them, just pop to the Westow Road in South Shields. I will make you one.
Yeah, you have to start a new takeaway where you get some Polish food and a nice drawing of yourself as well. It'd be great.
There is one nice Polish, I don't know, restaurant takeaway in Gateshead.
Yeah.
And it's lovely.
Okay.
I tried it. It's lovely. Well, it's lovely when actually the Polish kitchen is not prepared for vegans at all.
Yeah.
So if you like meat, just go there.
So that dish that you just said there, what was it called? Sorry.
Pierogi.
Yeah, that's what Lisa was talking about.
Yes. Oh,
So-
yes, you say.
So what is pierogi then?
It's a dough. I mean, it's a special dough for pierogi, but it's like a bit the same dough that a croissant.
Yeah.
And inside you put many other fillings. You can have meat. You can have cheese and potato. You can have how it's called. I forgot even my own language.
Yeah. This is your culture now. I can't help. You're gonna have
You
to
can
tell
have
me.
a buckwheat. Oh, I love the buckwheat one. Oh, they are lush. And you have as well but fruits if you would like.
Right. So it can be sweet or savoury.
Obviously.
Sounds good.
Yes, and they are, because as they are so tiny, like this size.
Yeah.
They you can eat them lots.
Yeah. I can
1 kilo
imagine.
at once.
Like
And
10.
Yes. And for example, my favorite one now it's tofu, but before was a cheese. So and the cheese and the potato one, because they are that taste is awesome, really.
And I imagine they taste great when they're like fresh as well. When they sort of just come out the oven, that must be like the peak flavour.
Yes. Well, they are boiled, like you boil that dough,
Yeah.
but you can fry it later on.
Oh no.
The only thing you can do, you can come to my house and try. I invite everybody.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have some pierogi next time there's when we can actually get in and have a media savvy session. You'll have to bring some in for everyone to try.
Some cooking lesson.
Oh, definitely some authentic Polish cooking would be great.
Yeah. From a Polish hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, guys in the chat, I'm gonna post the survey link in there. If you guys can, as always, I mean, you guys know the crack by now. If you can fill that in. I'm not gonna play the alarm because last time I nearly blew everyone's ears off with it. Sue's just saying Hairy Bikers did a fab pierogi recipe. It might be on their site. So I don't know if you've ever seen the Hairy Bikers show.
No.
They sort of do a bunch of random stuff and drive all over the place doing recipes and all sorts of crazy shenanigans. But they must have had a go at doing it as well. So that one might be one to check out.
I will catch up.
Yeah, probably if you Google Hairy Bikers pierogi, you'll probably find it. Just make sure you've got your safe search on because I don't know what will come up if you don't. And Anthony's just saying he loves the new Richmond sausages too, so he must have tried them out.
Oh.
And yeah, we're about up to date. So yeah, I've posted the link to the survey in there, guys. If you can fill that in, And just a quick shout out, because we've sort of had a bit of quite a long chat. It's actually Volunteers Week this week. So I know, Adrianna, you mentioned the volunteers down at it was Marsden Road, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So just a massive shout out to any current and former volunteers that we've had, and just to make you guys aware that it is this week. So we'll be posting some stuff on social media. So Volunteers Week takes place the 1st to 7th of June every year. A chance to celebrate and say thank you to the contributions of millions of volunteers across the UK. I'll post some links in the description of the video after we've finished to what is Volunteers Week, so you guys can have a little read up on it. Like I say, we'll be posting a bunch of stuff online, and I've also got some websites where if you are looking to volunteer, you can get involved. So there's doit.org, and then I've got some local information from South Tyneside Council as well as Sunderland Council, so you guys can have a little click through them, but I'll drop them in the description of the video. But I tell you what, I'll do it now so I remember, because I'll say I'll do it and then I'll forget, so I'll do it live. And if we can just all, obviously, just a massive thank you, Adrianna, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it, and it's been the hour sort of flown over, so we've managed to fill it. I'm just going to quickly put that in the description. I'm going to leave up the screen on the end screen as well, guys, with the information for loads of different organisations and how to get support, obviously in the current climate. It's definitely worth having a look through them if you are feeling, you know, isolated, or you're worried about someone, you want to send them some information on that. I'll stick that screen on. I'll leave the stream live for about between 5 and 10 minutes. But yeah, massive thanks for joining us today, Adrianna, and cheers for all the advice and insight and stuff. And remember to follow her on Instagram as well. I will pop a link to your Instagram in the description as well.
Oh, thank you.
And hopefully you should see a few followers pop up so you can keep tabs on Adrianna's work there, guys. Let me just pop that in there.
Anyway, thank you so much for inviting me. That's a lovely, you know, like fresh wind. Oh, and I've got some lovely cats for you here.
Oh, we got some visitors. Hang on, let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. There's a cat saying hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not very happy.
I was going to say, not looking too thrilled, to be honest.
No, she's like, she's quite because when the cats, they are like licking, like that means that they are nervous.
Yeah, or starting to get angry. Ours does that when he's starting to get angry. Yeah, so we'll leave it there for today, guys. Thanks for coming along, and again, thank you very much, Adrianna. And I'll leave the stream on for 5 or 10 minutes. If you want to give us a shout about something, that's fine. But I'll just pop everything on mute, and I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We've got Mel and Daniel tomorrow morning at 10 AM. So look forward to that. See you guys.
Thank you.